Here's the iPhone 13 Pro Max using the standard camera. This is EpocCam. Both the video and the audio is streaming wirelessly to my computer, which is in Zoom right now, the conference app, and I'm recording in Zoom. And this is what it looks and sounds like. I'm going to switch the cameras because you can use all four cameras or any of the cameras on your phone, depending on whatever phone you have. In this case, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, I have four cameras, and I'll just switch to the three front cameras here, the on the rear. There is the close-up camera 3 times. Now I'm going to switch to the 0.5. And that is the 0.5. Now I'm going to go back to the standard, which has the best lens. There you go. I think there's some drops in the audio as I was switching cameras, but as you can see, I could switch to all the cameras while I'm streaming wirelessly, which makes the EpocCam a unique camera to use for your iPhone. Right now, you're looking at the Brio, the Logitech Brio. It's at 90 degrees. Everything's on automatic. And this is going into the Zoom conference app, being recorded. I'm also using the microphones on the Logitech Brio. Yeah, I'm behind the camera, so you might hear a little bit muffled, but this is what the microphones sound like and what the image looks like at 90 degrees. I have the app open, the Logitech app on my Mac, so I could adjust the angle of view and some other parameters as I'm streaming and recording this on Zoom. So let me just do that now. There, I just moved to 78 degrees. This is a 78 degree. And let me go to 60. Now this is 65 degrees. It pushes into the sensor, so it's not like it's optical zoom. It does degrade the image. Let me go back up to 90. All right, what you're looking at now is the Zoom Q8N used as a webcam, and everything is streaming through the USB connection, and I switched the camera over to webcam mode, USB mode, and I'm going into Zoom, the conference app, and this is the widest field of view, and you're also hearing the audio from the internal microphones. I'm going to adjust the field of view now. I'm going to see if I think I can go through the different fields of view while I'm recording. And let's see that right now. There, I was just adjusting it on the fly. You probably heard a little beep. And this is the most telephoto. I'm talking right behind the microphones, so I might sound a little bit muffled because I'm maybe off access from the microphones. But this is what it looks like. Everything is set to auto, no manual control. And this is what it would look like on a Zoom. And the lighting, I would say, is decent inside this room. It's not really low light, although I am indoors and a lot of the windows are closed. I have no artificial lights on. It's all just window light. Here's the Elgato Facecam, and this is being recorded through Zoom, the conference app. I have everything set to auto on the Camera Hub app that you could download for free when you get the Elgato. I have the field of view at 83.2 degrees, which is the widest angle field of view. Let me try zooming in using the app. There you go. It's 47. Let me zoom in all the way. Ooh, that's just 24.4% or degrees. That's way too fuzzy. Lose the clarity immediately. Let me go back all the way out. All right, that's fine. I'm about 2 feet away from the dog. The audio that you're hearing is coming from a Shure MV7, since the Elgato does not have any microphones built into the webcam. Here's the Insta360 link. You're looking at the image being recorded on Zoom's app. The audio you're hearing is the audio coming from the microphones built into the camera, but I'm behind the webcam, so maybe it's a bit muffled, but this is what it sounds like. I'm leaving all the settings on auto right now, and I'm going to dial in some manual settings in a bit. And this is just what my dog looks like. This is the MacBook Pro M1, the webcam, which I think is a 720p webcam, not full HD. Everything's on auto. I'm recording this via the QuickTime player, and the audio you're hearing is coming from the MacBook Pro's built-in microphone. Here's the Logitech Brio, and the audio you're hearing is also coming from the Brio's internal microphones. It's all on auto. Let me test the autofocus, and let me see if it focuses on the screwdriver. Yeah, I can't tell the autofocus really shifting that much. I'm curious about what the Zoom Q8N would look like if I was plugged in USB to my MacBook and recorded the video and audio using the QuickTime Player app. And that's what you're looking at right now. It's the widest field of view. I have everything set on auto. I can adjust a little bit of the control. I mean, I can't adjust all of the manual controls, but I can play with a few. That's the gain. I can play with different scene modes. I just cycled through all the different scene modes, and I can play with the field of view. This is the Elgato Facecam. This is some manual settings. This is not full auto. I do have a lot of the manual settings dialed in the Camera Hub app in the Elgato Facecam. Let me dial the sharpness back. It's at a +2, but let me go to a +1. And then I'll keep the color temperature on manual, which is 4800 Kelvin in this room, but I'll let the exposure be manual or automatic. So now I just left the exposure on automatic, and it looks like automatically it kept the shutter speed at 1/60th, but it adjusted the ISO to 1244, and I can see this all with the app. And I'm at the widest field of view, but let me zoom in and see what happens to the image as I go in. That's 47, 36 degrees, all the way to 24.4, which is muddy. You don't want to do this. I don't think anybody wants to do this. Let me go back out. I would say as long as you stick between around 60 looks good. This is 60 degrees. And go back all the way out. And the audio you're hearing right now is not coming from the Facecam, because the Facecam does not have built-in mics. You're hearing the audio from a Shure MV7. This is the Insta360 Link webcam. You're hearing the audio from the webcam as well. And I'm recording this on my Mac using the QuickTime Player app. Right now it's on full auto. I'm going to adjust the gimbal a little bit, and then I will dial in some manual controls. Okay, I made some adjustments. I adjusted the exposure. I went to manual exposure. I locked the shutter speed off at 1/60th, and the ISO is at 1000. And then I didn't touch the curve, whatever the exposure curve here is, but I did adjust the white balance to 5300 Kelvin. This is the one camera that has stabilization because of the gimbal design. And now let me test the autofocus, because I have the autofocus enabled.